I mean, this is basic ESF, ES futures, S&P 500. Nice opening. Currently trading at well below upper double bar and above lower double bar. Um, Other than that, you guys have the levels for that. Let's get into the trades. So currently we have an open core PSA, CCL, and MET, which is met. PSA has been very tricky. For some of you have been trading in and out, and I guess we discussed buying the low, selling the high. You can, by the time this trade basically actually plays out all the way to where we want is 221.09, possibly this week. I mean, that's what we want this week as target. You could have been in and out of this position as many times as you wanted to and free ride. So let's just say I had 10 contracts. I bought in at 35 cents. I mean, it hit 35 cents so many times this week, and it basically hit a high of 75 cents. So let's say I bought at 35 cents, 10 contracts, sold at 75 cents, 10 contracts, because by the second day of trading this stock, and I told you guys, you notice that it developed a pattern. It couldn't break a certain area, which was what was it, 215, no, 214 for a couple of days. So it was trading between 210 to 214, back and forth, back and forth. 2 points up, 2 points down. So getting to this trade, I mean, I was scalping as much as possible. I'm free riding this one 100%. Besides that, basically, like I said, you get in 10 contracts. Let's just say hypothetically, you get in at 35 cents, 10 contracts. You sell all at 70, 75 cents. You're able to buy back again at 10 contracts, 35 cents again the next day, and then you can sell at 65 to 70 again the next day. That pattern just kept going, kept going. Most took advantage, some didn't. Me, I was taking advantage. I definitely was scalping it. I had about 400 contracts in PSA. Now basically it's a free ride. And Friday it dipped down to 20 cents and currently trading at 45 cents. By come Monday, depending on how much we pull back, it was basically strong. We got to 216, which is very important. And I'm actually going to add some retracements inside of this extension just to give you guys some more levels. As you can see, where the overhead is at, 216.23 is next up. We had a lot of overhead at 214.74 blue bar. Then we had it at 215.49. It broke through that in one shot. Came to purple bar, back down to green bar. Now we want to see a close above 216.23. We get that, we'll see 218.65 in no time, possibly by Wednesday. So what I'm thinking, if this keeps trading the way it's been trading, you can be in and out. And come Friday, this probably might become one of those where premiums basically take a hit, which is actually kind of good, depending on if you're already out. And you'll be able to probably get a nice move. This past Friday was like a 2-point move. Well, I think was more than that. The low for Friday was, I'll tell you guys right now. Friday's low was 213.95. High was 216. So about 2.5 points. So 20 to 50 cents. I mean, you can't be upset about that. I mean, I'm the type of person that if I see the opportunity, I'm going to sell some. And then if it comes back down, I'm going to rebuy. So let's say I had 100 contracts per se. I got in at 45 cents, which I had 400 at. I had 400 contracts at a 42-cent average. And it got to 70. So I'm like, you know what? I can sell 100 contracts here. Or I can sell 50 contracts here. And then tomorrow, if the pattern continues, I can rebuy those 50 contracts at a cheaper price and lock in profit. So these are your levels for PSA. Next up, we have CCL. CCL is pretty tricky. After that gap up and that retrace down, as you can see here, this is support here that is very important. It's actually purple bar, but I actually put this, this is basically a pure gap fill, would be right here at 48.03, but we came as close as possible to it, which is all that matters. All levels are intact, same levels, nothing's changed. Overhead 51.73 is the major level to break out above to hit 52.63. Currently, we are trading below 49.03, which is a red bar. Very important level. As you guys know, red bars are important. Break above, targeting blue, green, and purple. Break below, targeting double bar. So overhead long is blue, green, purple. Short, double bars. That's how it works when trading above red bar or trading below. When trading below, you short. When trading above, you long. CCL, everything's still intact. I wasn't I didn't think it would honestly fully retrace all the way to 50 cents. I mean $50. But I mean things happen. We got a nice bullish bearish engulfing here. So I would like to see a pullback to double bars, 48.61. The closer we get to 30 SMA, the better. We have 2 weeks on this trade, this week and next week. So I'm not gonna lie to you. I want this 30 SMA to come above 47.92. That's when I will put on a full position there and add to it. Also at this 30 SMA, I'm honestly looking to take 5250 calls at least 3 to 4 weeks out, about a month. That should be pretty good. But all in all, everything else, I mean, it's trading perfectly. It's gonna have some sideways action for a little bit, and I mean that's needed, especially after a gap up on earnings. I was a strong move above, couldn't hold that 50.81, came back down, now trading between 50.81 and 47.92. Now we're just trading in between these two levels, which is very important to watch. So it's very easy, and you guys don't have to chart every 15 minutes or every hour or every single day the exact same chart. If the levels, if we're trading in between support and resistance, key supports and key overhead and key downside levels, as far as like I told you guys, 50.81 and you have 47.92. If we're trading in between there, you do not have to chart. You really don't have to chart it. You just know that it needs to break above for the trade to work or break below for the trade to work if you are short. Like I told you, if we're buying 2 weeks out in calls, you hedge with puts weekly. It gets no better than that. I see a lot of you put a question mark on some of my my alerts, or not alerts, just comments in channel where I say those that took short on this trade, weekly shorts, nice job, because I got a lot of DMs on that from the video. A lot of you pay attention to these videos, and I love that. Some of you, and a lot of you that's actually been here longer, don't. And that's honestly, it's like, what am I here teaching or trying to help? You know, I have a lot of new members coming in, and they're actually here to learn, you know, and there's a lot of you in the chat are confused or complaining, and it's the same people that complain all the time. I'm not holding back from that. The same people complain, and you have people coming in that are actually learning and actually understanding their levels. You know, I have a couple of members DM me throughout the trading week, watching plays that we went over Sunday live, even if we didn't enter that position or any positions in those trades, but they have been watching the levels and learning the levels, which I always tell you guys to do. Let me get back into it. So that's CCL. You have 50.81 and you have 57.92. If you want to put a retracement in between those two levels, all you have to do is put that retracement in between, and you get to get your double bars at 48.59, upper double bar, and you get 48.46. Next up, we got MET. MET is another one of my big positions. To be honest with you, I take my sizable positions are in stocks that I've done well in, and I feel like they are ready. The reason I took a nice size position in MET, and another thing that makes me happy, is to see there's a lot of action. There's been a lot of action prior, like basically after us, you know, so we've been in, and all these sweeps that are coming in, this is actually a good thing for us because we basically got in at lows while everybody else is currently buying our sells. And this is a good thing, to be honest. You know, you have a lot of outsiders coming in this trade and following MET, and this benefits us. I've been watching MET. I love the action. I mean, it has green days. It gaps up, comes down, next day gaps up, does the same thing. That hold above green bar 52.27 was very important. I want to see a close above 42.60. We get that this week. My target is 53.66 between 53.66 to 54.47. I want to see some type of move. Got earnings coming up next month. So to be honest with you, any pullback near the 14 SMA, I'm actually going to go long and take some 54.50 calls after earnings. So anything after 210, I'll take calls there. It's been trending nicely. It's in a nice channel. It's actually in a nice ascending channel. If I wanted to, I can just do something like this. Everything lines up too at that. And overhead here, we got 117. This is Friday, so this is where we expire on our calls. Let me actually add this. So this is where we expire. So we're gonna get, this is all the action is gonna be from here to here. As long as we stay above this coefficient, we'll see we have some room to hit 53.66, max out 54.47, 54.70, depending on how we move. That big move that we had Wednesday was very interesting. I mean, if that held, I mean, they held it back a lot. They definitely held it back there, which was pretty interesting. They could have actually had this at 53.66 by Friday last week. But Met is doing well. A lot of you are basically riding this core, which is really good. Shaq is not leaving it's not leaving this watch list. I cannot leave this watch list because I know as soon as I remove this from the watch list, or if I push it down the watch list, bring it to the bottom of the watch list, I'm gonna miss it. So I don't want to do that. Shaq is it's a very tricky one, very tricky. And I thought Friday was the time. And when that happened, this actually happened when I was in Cali. We traded it, same pattern. It was a Friday, or it was a Thursday. It was actually a Friday. We thought it was gonna break out. It got up here to that resistance and then came right back down. It couldn't break that 62.70-ish. It couldn't break that. So now it's back down. So I want to see one more bounce off the 14 or 30. I mean, we can use the 60.47 purple bar or green bar as entry levels to go long. So currently right now it would be a short. You can, the thing about Shaq I want you guys to learn is Shaq moves $1.50 a day, up or down. And if you buy even 50 cents, like right now it's at 61.12, right? Closing. If you bought the 61.50s, you can flip that at, if the price is 62.50. So if you guys just pay attention to Shaq too, you can, it's an easy trade. And why I say it's an easy trade is because it moves the exact same. Look at these points. Daily. This is a daily range, $1.63, $1.76, $1.52. When it has a big range, $2.65. Inside, $1.38. Inside, $1.15. Outside, $2.43. Now, a lot of things you got to pay attention to. And I tell you guys, I like to see two red bars inside of that. I would like to see a green bar, red bar, then a green bar. We have that here, but these are big ones. These are $2.43. Then you have below $1.50, below $1.50. Then we have above $2. I like this right here. So we need to see this 60.47 needs to hold. And if that does hold, then 63s can work as a lotto for this week if you want. Or you can take the 63s for next week. Somebody took the 65s for, I think it was this week that's expiring, the 117s. It wasn't us. We got the 24s. I know we bought more time as opposed to the 17 for the 65 calls. Because once it gets over 63.09, that's when it breaks out to 65.73. So this Shaq has to keep, you have to watch this one very close. It's an easy, and for you guys that like to scalp, you guys that have like that day traders, this is an easy one. You can trade it up, you can trade it down, whatever way you want to do it. Right now it's currently developing a triangle, and it's been channeling for a while. When it breaks, it will break. It's getting very tight here. So staying above 59.66 is very important. If anything below that, it should form a nice hammer and bounce off of that, which I would actually get some size with some time, at least 2 weeks. So if it hit 59, I would buy 62.50 calls at least 2 weeks out from there, because 62.50 always comes about a lot. So keep Shaq on radar. I mean, as you guys seen with BYND as well. Then this week we have banks reporting too, so keep that in mind. That's good for all financials and insurers. GS, this is my baby. You guys know I love GS. I love how it's trading. It's trading even in bigger range, weekly ranges, and I like that. Upon that breakout, 238.79 needs to hold. With that being said, I'm not too sure what did it do its last time. The last time that that they reported, I'm gonna give you guys that right now. So weekly range on GS. I mean, this one was 10 points, but this past week we got a 13-point range, and that's the week before earnings. So that's actually pretty decent. Looking over here, this one had 7-point range. Prior week to that, green week. So anything near 238.79, I will go long for GS. That's purple bar. So I want to see it retrace to 238.79, and I would definitely buy the 240 calls and the 245s for next week. So 240 this week and 245s next week. Next week. I'd rather them run it down than to run it up. But so far, that's exactly what it's looking like. This is a major level too. Let me remove this channel. Let me draw a retracement inside this extension. Give you guys an idea what to target for this week. If we get a bounce off of here, 247 to 250. 250 calls would be a stretch. I mean, it depends. As you can see here, they had like a big move 13 points, then had an inside week, then had a outside and down. Actually, it was still inside, and then it broke down. Here, green bar, then full on red bar down. So from here, I'm actually liking this. I like it. And also what I'm looking at too, which I noticed and I like, I'm gonna show you guys right now. These candles, these red candles, spinning top hammers, whatever you want to call them. Just pay attention to these. See how they work. See, so you have a green bar, then you have a red bar, then you have this red spinning top, then you have a down move. You have a green bar here, then you have basically inside, and then we have this green bar here, then we have a spinning top follow, then green bar there. So we can get I don't know, depending on how we move this this week, 238.79 to lower double bar, and then followed by 252. So 250, 250 calls would actually be best 2 weeks out. So the 24th. So if this is an inside week, not sure how they're gonna move this week. I'm definitely not sure how banks are gonna do. But if I was predicting for a move to happen, it would be somewhat, we'll be trading between here and here this week. And then if anything, we'll target the 24th, 250, 250s. Or we can do the week after the 24th as well, just to be safe. But red bars, always a target. This is basically almost mid of the upper red bar for the extension, which is up here, 274.65. I mean, playing 270, the 270s, you can play out to June, depending on how this moves now. That's above 238.79. I just want to see 238.79 hold for a while. If we can hold that for the next 2 weeks, definitely seeing 274 in about 2 months. But definitely not sure what this week's going to bring in regards to how banks are. Everything's been news driven for good and for worse. So just be prepared for that. Let me clean this up. All right. I also have a few things basically I'm watching this week. Knock is another one. Knock is just always going to be on the list. Knock is not coming off that list no time soon because we already see how Knock is moving. Knock's levels have not changed. They haven't changed one bit. Let me clean this up. And if you guys go into past videos and you have questions about certain tickers that we mentioned, there's actually a video on every ticker we trade, and the levels are still there. They haven't changed. Now, this is something interesting here. I know there's so much going on. Let me just get rid of these. That's the next time knock reports targeting 420. I looked at I would actually prefer a pullback for knock. At least this is a weekly, so at least this week another red week would be nice. That's actually would be bullish too if we got a red week and knock. Since everything's been Iran news driven. So, all right, so boom. So we have this channel going up. You can see the green channel going up, and we have the sideways flag. The break is above this level here. So let me create an alert withdrawing, crosses above. This is gonna be the level that needs to break above. So far, so good. I mean, this close above here, all of these have been good. And we hit right into resistance of this channel, which is 380. So I want to see us trade within in here before, I mean, they report end of month 127. So that's actually good. So 420, sorry, all products. So 420, January 31st, pretty cheap. They're actually cheap, but they're under $1. Yeah, they're under $1. I mean, even the 405s are cheap. This is January 31st. These can get even more cheaper depending on how it moves. If we can get the 400s under $1, the January 1st, these are actually the most safest place to play. I know a lot of people have been like, oh, take the 400 calls for next week or 2 weeks out. No, it gets no better than this. These are pretty cheap. This is January 31st, so this is 3 weeks out. You got this week, next week, and then the following week. This is the week they report. And then if you look at the chart for this one, I got to actually look at the chart on this one. Let me put it in charts. See what the low is for this one. So the low here on this chart is 125. That's pretty good. Bid is 105, ask is 130. Definitely would like to watch these. I want to watch these, and I want them under $1. Anything close to $1. I mean, even under $1.20, I'll take. That's pretty cheap. Definitely a lot of volume increasing here. 17, 25. And the low, this is the low. What is this? 90 cents. It's only 5 contracts. That's pretty good. So that's definitely, we got to start getting in position for ER run up with knock too. So I want to actually get into that this week. Anything under $1, we definitely take. I mean, starters, like I like to do, is take a starter. I'll take my starter Monday, see where we go. But I honestly would prefer a pullback. We got this gap here. Anything, as long as we stay above 366, I'll definitely take the 400 calls long here. Somewhere like in between. Yep, lines up. Everything lines up. So I got it on 30-minute. So this would be ER day is actually conference call. It says 129. All right, so the options that we're looking at, the 131. So Wednesday they report. That's good. I don't know if that's after bell or before. Doesn't really matter. We're gonna see knock trading this channel here. So this is what I'm looking at for knock. This is gonna be where it's gonna be at until ER. So 360 to 380 in between there. I mean, that, you can also even do some Fibonacci extensions or retracements within this too as well. So we gapped up, rejected up here, faded, came down, back to here. So these are going to be the inside levels to follow. It's actually creating a triangle too. You can see it. Draw a triangle from the top. I hate when that happens. Trend line. Okay, good. Perfect. Actually, it's more of a, I want to say a triangle. We can use this bottom. This is basically what it would be. Use it H2. Better. Bullish is over 377.02. I mean, I like this inside candle on the H2, so that's honestly that's actually bullish. Like I said, I want us to at least be above 367.18 going into earnings. Anything over 380 is actually even more bullish. 380 targeting 392.95 purple bar. Anything above that for 887 by ER. I mean, it has time. That would be very good to watch. Definitely want to get a position going in that. The tighter it is within here, the better. So let's do this. Let me edit this. Apply. There we go. Okay. I want it to come down here. Possibly by Tuesday. I want to see where we are by Tuesday. If we're above 377 or we still around 373.27, red bar. So that's knock. Have GS. There was something else that was on my mind too that I wanted to talk about. It wasn't BYND, but BYND is another thing to watch too. BYND was a great trade. It was actually a lotto for us. That was actually good. Oh, the super lotto, MAA. This one was interesting. I had no idea. Like I told myself, if it doesn't get anywhere near 132.34, this is going to be a bust lotto. But so far, so good. It's actually been doing very well. That move Friday was what we needed. A lot of us got in at a nickel. I got 3 cents, 4 cents, 5 cents, and my average is 0.0399. So you can say 4 cents on these 50 contracts. And even when I alerted it to Twitter last week, it was still trading below 10 cents. Now it's trading above 10 cents. The weekly ranges is what's important because that's how we dictate targets for the week. This is still in a flag. And if this flag breaks out, we're targeting all-time highs, 139.82. Taking a 140 for February was pretty smart. If you haven't, above this 14 SMA, which is around 133.80. So last week's range was 378. Prior week to that, 370. Whoa, wait. Last week's range was 378. The low was 128.71. The week prior to that, low was 128.72. Was the low, same range. It just had a higher high, 132.50, and we closed and we hit 132.49. That's weird. That's same range. This is actually good. This is really, really good. We closed above the double bars. We closed at purple bar. Next up, red bar. Above that, I mean, 14 SMAS is at 133.80. So if we get a move, let's say we open above this 132.34, and then we push off of that, a $2.50 move, 2.5 range still sets us up for 135. From here, this would be targeting around 134.80-ish for this PSA trade. By Wednesday, if it's not up $1 or anywhere near 134, that's where it's time to cut some off. But I mean, I didn't think the trade would actually work out. It was just it was a super lotto trade. And so far, so good. Right now it's closed at, I think it's 20 cents, 21 cents. It hit 35 Friday, which was pretty good. I like that. I mean, that's all for this week. I don't want to keep opening up new cores every Sunday if we're still in a core. Right now we have 3 cores. We have Met 52s that expire this week. I have the 5250s. Do not buy those. I'm telling you guys that now. If you already did and you bought them last week, near the lows, then that's definitely not bad. But if you want to buy those and play safe, then that's up to you. Just know that when I alerted the 52s to you guys, I took the 5250s because I like the trade on this one. I like the risk reward on it. So that's all for now. I'm gonna stop recording.